What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel, and today we are packing my bag for the Royal International Air Tattoo, or RIAT. Absolutely excited to go there. I'm beaming. It's literally tomorrow we leave in the evening, and then we're staying in a hotel overnight, and then we get there for the arrivals on Thursday. I know that Tuesday and Wednesday will have had arrivals as well, so we are going to miss a few, but honestly, just so excited to go and experience RIAT for the very first time. So let's see what's going in the bag, because you guys know me, when it comes to packing for trips like this, I tend to take pretty much everything. So without further ado, let's get the bag packed. So first things first, obviously, is going to be my laptop, which is an Asus VivoBook. And basically in this Beshwai bag, it's basically a K&F concept one. You guys have seen this on the channel before. It's a really good bag, and now that I have a different lens, it actually fits everything even better than it did last time. So yeah, I'm very, very, very excited, because it's going to mean I can get everything in it that I need to take with me and more. So the laptop, in the laptop case, like you've just seen, is a little bit of a squeeze in this bag, but it's actually fine. It's not too bad. So next up, obviously open the main pocket. You can see how I've got this laid out, and right here we have an ND filter, which I probably will not end up using, but it's a variable one. It's a K&F concept one, I'll just show you, and it's wrapped up in the thingy, but it's a variable one. So when you turn it, as you can see there, you can go darker and lighter, and that's really, really useful for certain things like waterfalls and whatever else. I do have some videos coming on that when I finally get a chance to edit the photos from there, but we're going to put that in there. And then we also have this, which is my SD cards. So there's two 128 gigs in my R7 at the moment, and we have obviously 4 more here. So that's going to be my storage. Hopefully, I'm not going to need more than that. For RIAT, I'm hoping that because I've got my laptop and I'm able to, you know, take the different days, footage and everything like that, that I'm not going to need more than that in terms of storage just for the actual trip itself. And then we have my trusty R7, which may or may not end up with a camo on it before I go. I'm potentially getting a camo thing delivered tomorrow. So this is a JJC cover, or lens hood. As you can see there, it just pops right off. There's a few scratches and marks on it, but honestly, the R7 with the 100 to 400, as you can see, and then what I'll do is I'll lock it in place as well. So you, obviously with the R7 or with the RF 100 to 400, you can lock it in place so it doesn't move. And look how easily this now fits in the bag. Now, originally, when I had this like this, originally in my last trips, I had the Sigma 150 to 600, and only the lens would fit in this point. So it means I've actually freed these pockets up as well, which is really, really good for extra storage and other things. I am also taking my very, very trusty 24 to 105 that you can see here. It's the f4 to 7.1, I think it is. Obviously, I wish it was the 2.8 version, but honestly, the amount of money that thing costs is more than what my budget can hold at the moment. So I then have this very, very handy cleaning kit, which hopefully you can see is from K&F Concept. And if I open this up, there is a bunch of tools in there. There is a bunch of tools in the other side. As you can see here, there's a bunch of tools on there in that bit, if you can see, if it'll adjust. So there's a bunch of tools in there. You put this lid back on, and then you can open it up. And then also, there is a very nice brush in here as well for cleaning the lenses and everything like that. Now, one thing I didn't pack with me last time, which I'm definitely packing this time, is my waterproof camera cover, because this lens is not waterproof, and I also want to protect everything I possibly can from the absolute deluge that may or may not occur. So I'm gonna very neatly wrap that up, put it in the bottom there, and then the lens can sit on it, and that'll shut no problem. So I then have multiple of these power banks, which I'm going to pop in here. And again, multiple power banks for the actual days that were there, so that I can charge my phone and everything else that comes with it. Obviously cables for charging the phones. I then also have my backup storage, which this is an NVMe SSD, which I have multiple of. As you can see here, I have multiple of these drives, and they're going to be my storage drives to work off. And also what I use for my very, very quick data storage when I need to get everything off the cards. Again, they'll just fit in there, like that. Is there anything else? I've got camera lens cap and camera cap, just in case I need to change the lenses and stuff like that. Obviously the two lenses have their own camera caps and stuff on there as well, but it's important that you have the one for the camera itself, so you can actually lock it up and make sure that nothing gets in the sensor and stuff like that. Again, we have lots and lots of cables, which I will be popping into the different sections of the bag. And then we have the main sort of events, or some of the main events. I have this K&F Concept charger and my spare batteries, which the spare batteries fit perfectly into this section here. So I have 4 spare batteries, one of which is a Canon one, and the others are the K&F Concept ones. As you can see, fit really nicely into this section. Now, one thing I haven't packed just yet is my charger for the laptop, which will fit nicely into this section here as well. So obviously now I can kind of shut the bag, and you can see that there's quite a lot of room still in this section, and I've got this entire section here. So what I can do is something like that, and put a water bottle or cleaner and different things like that. I can also use the pocket on the side for a drink, as you can see there, stuff like that. And again, what I'll tend to do is any cables and stuff like that will actually go in this pocket just here, which also, if I shut this bag, I'll tell you one of the reasons, or I'll show you one of the reasons I absolutely love this bag now, especially with this new setup with the Air 7, is I can just pop this open and pull the camera right out the side. So that is absolutely one of my favourite features of this bag now. Now, obviously, when I had the Sigma 150-600, I could do that, but I would just be pulling the lens out, which meant I had to still unlock this pocket here, which I would have to do this for to get the camera out. Now I can just pull the lens or a power bank or whatever else I need, which is good as well. And then we also have this pocket, which again, I can store cables in and stuff like that, and that'll obviously shut if I can be bothered to actually put them in properly. But without anything else, there is also these little card holders for, like, you know, the plastic readers and stuff like that if you did need them. I just plug my camera up to the computer nowadays, And then, on top of what I've already shown you for storage, I do actually have even more storage. So, I have this 4 terabyte. Can you see it? WD Elements, which I can pop in there. I could pop anywhere in the bag, really. And I also have this 2 terabyte, which I need to find the cover for the actual thing. But yeah, another 2 terabyte, which can go in there. Which means I have a total of about 6 or 7 terabytes worth of storage, which I can use. I'm not going to use anywhere near all of that, but this is me being really, really cautious of redundancy and backups and everything like that when it comes to the actual photographs and video that I'm going to get while at Riot. For me, one of the most important things is to make the most of this trip and get as many photos and video as I possibly can with the RF 100 to 400 and the other lens, and really put them to the test in what could be quite difficult conditions with rain and wind and whatever else, but then also shooting in an airshow setting, which I've never done at an airbase like Furford when it comes to Riot and stuff like that. Now, I'm hoping the images are going to come out amazing, but who knows with how everything's been. I am absolutely loving this little lens at the moment. It's fantastic, this RF 100 to 400. I'm absolutely loving it so far. So much so, I actually sold the Sigma literally yesterday. So, honestly, really, really impressed with it so far. And honestly, the results so far that I've been able to capture look amazing, even at high ISO. So I'm really, really impressed so far. Whether 400 is going to be enough, I mean, with the Air 7, it kind of should be, because it's technically giving me very similar to range to the Sigma on a full-frame camera. But either way, really looking forward to seeing what Riot has to offer, and I will see you guys there, and I'll be bringing you guys quite a few videos, hopefully, of some of my favourite pictures, some of my favourite moments, and obviously some video of the jets in flight and everything like that as well, when it comes to the arrivals, the departures, and everything in between with the displays. So I got to the end of the video and I was editing and getting to the point of putting the video together, and I realised there was a few things I've missed. So obviously the big one, my Tascam, not Tascam, my Uniden XL125 XLT or whatever, with the big massive aerial on it. This thing is a broadsword antenna, which is amazing. The range on it is fantastic, and obviously when it comes to the air shows and everything like that, I've got it all programmed in so I can listen in to whatever's going on as much as possible. Honestly, this thing has been a godsend when it comes to aviation photography and knowing what's going on at the bases. I'm probably not going to use it during airshow days, simply because we won't need it. But for the arrivals and departures, it might be handy, so I'm taking it with me. I know that a lot of other people that are there are probably also going to have the same sort of scanners and whatever else to be able to listen in, but sometimes it's nice to have your own. Anyway, another thing that I'm going to be taking is this little adapter. It fits on the hot shoe of my camera, and basically it allows me to mount my phone to the top of the camera like that to be able to use it for video and whatever else. Absolutely fantastic. And obviously at Riot, the phone is probably going to end up doing a lot of the video, simply because I'm going to be focusing on taking pictures and video as well, but mainly pictures. So we'll see how that goes. If the weather is good enough, I will be doing video with the camera as well, and trying to make the most of the audio recorder, which I'm going to mention now, which is the Tascam one that I have, which it has a purple Panda microphone attached to it, which I can just mount right here and be able to record really, really good audio for you guys from this. So yeah, they're the few things that I missed: the scanner, the mobile phone, the actual adapter for the mobile phone for the hot shoe. Oh, and how could I forget extra batteries for the recorder and everything else? Because obviously, when it comes to it, you can't have enough batteries and can't have enough storage when it comes to, you know, having everything you need when it comes to these air shows. Because when it comes to a trip like this, I want to record, as I said before, as much footage and get as many photos as possible so that I've got the best chance of getting them particular shots that everyone's going for. But honestly, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. I will see you at Riot if you're there. If not, there's going to be loads and loads of content coming out from Riot, from myself and loads of other people, obviously. But I'm going to be producing quite a lot of aviation videos from it, hopefully, where I'm going to be able to show the displays, but show the photos I got during the displays, as well as video I got during the displays, and showing you guys the kind of settings I was using, how to overcome the ISO problem, and shooting with a camera and a lens setup that really isn't designed for the highest apertures or the lowest apertures, sorry. Obviously, shooting at like f8, f10, you know, it's going to be pretty dark for some of the photos, or the ISO is going to be really high. So I've learned quite a few things while using it, and there is a lots of ways that you can stop highlights getting blown and whatever else that I've learned while using this setup. So there's lots and lots of new things to come, and I'm hoping you guys are looking forward to that on the channel, and I will talk to you guys in the next